there's no permitting out there. It was permitted for a special use permit for the towing operation, and that, they have to change that. They gotta go through the planning and zoning. And it's not hard to do.
I'm on that board.
Well, for the county.
Yeah, for the county.
So, oh, you're on board now?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's gotta go to you, then it's gotta go to the board of county commissioners.
Because it didn't happen the other day, we didn't have that on our agenda.
Right, so.
Well, again, you just go through,
And
go through the
then you gotta go to
process.
the health department to make sure the septic is rated for commercial, not residential, which I believe is residential. Because they just use it for their employees,
And that's big bucks.
30,
Oh.
50,000.
But Maverick was,
Maverick is moving forward, yeah.
yeah.
And then that's another issue that probably come before this board for annexation. So the next step would be the city of annexing that property and then urban renewal if we were to do that. However, I'll do that in our report tonight of the information, so good on that one.
Okay.
There's some legalities that have to overcome, and it's just all process. Tom, are you ready?
I'm filming.
Filming ready?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, ready.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's almost 5:30, 5:29. We'll call this meeting of the Urban Renewal Authority to order. It is January 11th, 2024. And we'll start with the work session agenda, the Hughes Lumber Property Report by Commissioner Bagley. Commissioner.
Thank you. In front of you is just a, printed copy of just a little outline. As you can tell, I'm an outlined guy. This is the easiest way for me to get you the information for each meeting now that we're going to be watching this. And but in the midst of this, I just kind of use it just as a, just a outline for me, but I'd like to just be able to share. When I went over, I had a nice conversation initially on the 27th with Gary Penniman, and he was very, he was just saying, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. There's a lot of stuff they have planned, they're excited about it. He went on and on, we probably talked on the phone for close to 20 minutes, and I said, He was just going like crazy. And he just was really excited about the project. And then because of his location, he's in Colorado Springs, he recommended that I talk to Carl, and Carl and I know each other real well, so I said that'd be just fine, I'll contact him. And I did, and so we set it up to where we're gonna go ahead and just go over before each meeting, once a month. And he said that he would give me a call if there was something he thought I should see. So it might be more than just once a month. Right now with the cold weather, and of course we've got cold temps in there, they're not doing a whole lot, but I was very, very impressed, as you'll see on this here, how that structure, which has been there a long time, was pretty darn nice. Yeah, it was really stout. It was
Good bones.
Good bones, and it's all cleared out. And the one thing I didn't do, and having mentioned it, I didn't realize they had a basement. He didn't show me the basement, so maybe that was all cluttered or something. I don't know. But the main level and the upstairs was just totally cleaned out, really nice, and it looks like they can move forward pretty quick. He said they have some plans, but next week coming up, they're expecting things from the architect and from the Historic Society, and or historical renovation or whatever that is. I don't know, I say society, it's not the right term. But anyway, they've been dealing with different things there. They're going to talk about windows, they're going to talk about doors. The entryway is going to be very similar to what's over here. And Carl took me on a, not as extensive as Gary, I can tell you that, but he's talking to me like a contractor, and we were saying, he goes, we got to do this, we got to make sure the doors open out. We're going to have a, really nice little enclave coming in. And he says, we've got a really good plan. He says, unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a picture of what's going to happen here. As far as a historical picture, I think we had that discussion when we were here last. And so when I was looking at that, I says, is there, Bobby B. Hill couldn't get you something or whatever? And he says, He said they looked and they tried to do that, and of course, you know, I was hoping maybe he might have been able to find something. But in that, he said, we have a plan and we're gonna implement it here, and we'll see more as the architect and historic guys get together and blend this thing together. But it's really a great location for them too, on that back side, you know, to do what they're gonna do with the other dealership. So he said, but we're in a hurry, but we're not in a hurry. We wanna get things moving with the weather, of course, and then the last thing that I have on here, one of the things that they did get was the right chemical to remove the graffiti on the I guess it'd be the east side wall, and they were able to get the right deal. They sampled a couple of them. He said the one that we found worked great. He said, man, that's a great product. So they got it all off there, and if you drive by there, you don't see it. And it was some pretty big graffiti on there, and they got it off there. It looks pretty darn nice. So, you know, I was very impressed. So my take, and which I'll have on the backside here, you know, what I took from my visit or tour, I will have that. What I think, I was impressed with my initial visit, but they're excited about it, which makes me excited. It makes us excited about it. And they're ready to move forward. The reconstruction, remodel. There isn't anything I saw that was, you know, like glaring. Like, what are you gonna do with that? You know, they look like they've got a good plan ahead. The building. I've been in some of these buildings, like right over here, where this place is next to the west building, and those two, and it's kind of like Kenny Tappy's there. They're okay, right in that area. They're awful. I've toured those. I was asked to bid on them, and I told Carl about that. I says, I don't even know where to start. I says, it was dangerous, and they're doing things. This building isn't one of those buildings.
Yeah.
It's really a nice place.
So the city's taking good maintenance on it for the roof, at least.
Exactly my point. I didn't see any leaks, you know, I mean, as far as anything that was, oh wow, you got a problem here. I didn't see any of that. So they really got a good building, and I'm glad we were able to participate, and we can kind of monitor things. I did take some pictures, I did take some, what I'd like to do is show my first visit with the second visit. We'll do a little contrast so you can kind of see this when we first did it. I could have done that here, but I wasn't savvy enough to do it for this meeting, but I'll have enough coming up.
Any questions for?
I just wanted to say that right now, when they bought it even from us, that we are heading into the bad months period, and this has been a bad month. We're making up for all the good months.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, cause even RMS isn't coming back till February. That's our first big ones. Because they just can't do anything. The ground's frozen and they just cannot work. So, you know, if they don't get going, that would probably be one of the reasons, I believe.
This is the time that they're doing a lot of their preliminary stuff, which is fine. And I just want them to know that we're not there so much to look over their shoulder, but to be basically, you know, I'm here just to, you know, check it out, you know, and be impressed, you know. I mean, I'm easy, you know, as an inspector, I probably understand what people, you know, yeah, I see what you're trying to do here, you know, I'm trying, you know, kind of venture in with them. But on the other side of that, if they're dragging their feet or doing something like that, I would let you know.
Yeah.
And if there's a problem, they don't appear to be anything close to that, which I just think that they're doing us a courtesy, and we're also doing them a courtesy. This is a good thing. I wanted to ask the board, does this format
Works for me.
work for everybody?
Perfect.
Okay, I'll keep with that, so every, you know, you'll have the date on there.
And love the font size. I'll say
Yeah,
that
yeah,
officially.
we'll keep that big. Say,
Well, you
notice I
can
didn't have to wear my glasses.
Exactly.
I gotta take mine off. See.
Hey, Jerry, any chance that we could go visit
I
at some point?
don't see why that would be a problem at all. We just have to set it up. Carl's very approachable, but I do know that he's extremely busy. And he did not come across like, to me, that he was very busy, you know, I mean, he really made sure I got what I needed, and just a great man.
Well, if we could get to see it, I mean, just for personal interest and shake our pom-poms and all, because, sounds really good.
If they get back with us and they say that there's something that we need to see, I would say that I would pick up the phone and give you a call.
So
Yeah.
that gives me a great idea for this public relations you two are working on. Maybe a photo op with the TURA board and city
Love it.
and the owners of the property, and show the partnership that we've done, and if Chairman Grego wants to move forward with that, we'll clear it with him and see what he thinks.
That's a great
Good
idea.
idea.
And since you two are working on that part, it will be, before they start the construction, might be a good time to do it, and then
Yeah.
before and after, to show what TURA does.
I think you should do it Monday when it's nice and cold.
Oh, yeah. When it's minus 22.
Don't like that idea, like TURA.
But if you would reach out to them and see if they would be
I would
interested in
do
that, and I can
that.
ask Chairman Grego to reach out to the city manager and see if council would be interested in doing that. I think it'd be a
Yeah,
great
that'd be nice.
promotional piece for our
It
group.
would be
Hey.
good.
Tooting your own horn is nothing bad.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. But anyway, I just want to make sure that
This is
that's
great.
good. We'll keep it with that.
This is good.
I'll try to get whether or not I'm leading the way as far as our committee tonight, but, I'll just have some updates. I don't have to necessarily lead every time, but
Yeah.
tonight it was a good thing, so.
And one other comment, when they do become their point where they have their conceptual drawings, maybe we invite them to come and show what they're doing. Show us.
I'd be glad. I don't think there'd be any objection. Like I said, just out of, just trying to be considerate. I know Carl's business, he's got quite a few employees, he's got a lot of different things, so I do want to be sensitive to that. I mean, just us talking, be sensitive,
The
contractor.
developer Kip Hampton himself,
Mhm.
so whoever
And-
would be available.
I just want to make sure that we, don't,
Make him lose all his hair? Like,
Overstep our boundaries.
just not to say, oh, here they come again, that type of thing. I don't want that. I want to be able to say, hey, that's a good idea, and we'll kind of do some stuff. But it was a very good first impression, and I could see how this is going to be just fine, and just have some. Anyway, thank you. I don't have anything further.
Okay, Commissioner Bagley, thank you for that input, and I don't know if we record this or not. I know Tom does, so Chairman Grego can watch it in our comments afterwards and see what we've moved forward with. Item number 2 on our work session is the facade improvement incentive program. I think that was a discussion we were having, and since Ed's not here tonight, I was probably just gonna, I see the letter he included from Michael Scholl, but I didn't see the other letter that he sent to them, other than, his thoughts or conversation. So my opinion would be to just let this settle into our next meeting and discuss it then, since
Sure.
Chairman Grego's not here to discuss it. Is there any concerns doing that?
Good call.
Good call.
So we'll just move on to the public relations with Commissioner Hecht and Commissioner Hallett. Commissioners?
Just kind of real quick, our schedules have not really, the thing right now that we need to kind of address is Commissioner Lopez just had a great idea, and we're gonna move forward on that. And we have lots of opportunities to share the good news that comes out of TURA. Here's the challenge though. Where do we put this stuff? Will the city give us a page on their website? I don't think we want a Facebook page, because that just there's a lot of attack that goes on when you do those things, okay? It's really hard to manage that. It's an administrative problem. We don't have anybody to do that. So the real thing is, and the newspaper just are transitioning between having a reporter and not having a reporter right now. I think they've got somebody on staff now, but he's settling in. So the real question we're gonna have to think about, so our presentation isn't very much tonight, Jim. Share some stuff, but once we do that, where are we sharing that so the public does see it? So there's one thing of us taking the pictures, getting it there, creating the good news. The other thing is, how do you share that good news? Certainly we have partners out there. Maybe it's through a county newsletter, the city newsletter, through ANISA, the Chamber of Commerce helping out a little bit. Maybe we do that, but I think that's one of our missing ingredients is how do we take that information and megaphone it out to the public so they see it.
All right, thank you,
Do
gentlemen.
we have a website for TURA?
No. Nor a
Are we
page.
allowed to?
I don't think we want one, Jeff, and I'm in that business. I don't think we want one because it's it's almost like building a swimming pool. That's not it's maintaining it, you know what I mean? It's the cost of those things. Those are administrative challenges. Once you get a website, now you have to administer it. You gotta update, you gotta do those kind of things. I think if we could leverage something else, or maybe just a page on the city's website that actually gives some information about that, and maybe just feed Anita, and I'll reach out to Anita. Maybe reach out to her so our stuff just gets in the city's flow, you know, and they're the ones broadcasting it and those kind of things. I think we're gonna be able to answer this really quickly. We just have to. Kind
So that might be a good thing for our, item 5 for future work sessions, to invite them to see how we would administer it.
Get some suggestions, yeah.
Commissioner?
I was just, going back to what we had talked about with the Hughes. That would be kind of, I think it'd be a nice springboard for you guys too, you know, like we're saying. And then start to incorporate stuff, and then I think things will open up, and you'll start seeing some different avenues. One way that, I don't wanna volunteer the college, newspaper or whatever, but word gets out pretty good over there at the college, you know, on some of these things too, just to let, you know, we got quite a big group of people that work there, you know, they don't know what's going on, like, you know, Commissioner Leone, which I never called her that before, but, you know, she brings up the fact that, you know, a lot of things just don't get out there, and we just don't know. And so if we start to do that, and we, you know, I just think that maybe some of these interactions will lead to some ideas that will come up too, so.
Yeah.
So-
I think Commissioner Lopez's idea is great. The city does have a communications person now, and she's on top of things, and they're doing some things there. So I think they may have they may have the solution
Yeah,
for us.
that's perfect. I'm just, thank you.
Okay, anything else from Commissioner Heck or Commissioner Holly? Item 4 is board vacancies. So I guess we'll just start around the table with any thoughts or comments, or anybody that you reached out to.
I haven't reached out because I wanted to get to where we are right now. I haven't reached out to anybody, but one of the things that I really do like is if we can target someone that actually has some of that kind of experience. We're already finding that all of us have different experiences. We're already finding now that with your experience in construction, we were able to assign you this task there, and it really worked out well for us. So maybe somebody that is in the grant writing, has some experience in that area, certainly the construction area of things, certainly architecture or historical preservation or those kind of things. So in my mind, I'm looking at that and just want to see if there's any agreement, because I think there's some people in the community that may have that skill set. And if that's the case, then I would really like to go out there and attract a person. If somebody already had somebody, then I wouldn't do that. So that's all I have.
Any thoughts, Commissioner Heck?
Well, I spoke to one of the local business people, Megan Cease from Mutiny, and she was interested. She was gonna come to the last meeting, but when we had a snowstorm, she couldn't get here. And then I reached out to her today, and she's still interested, but they had a sickness in the family, and she couldn't make it. But I told her to go down and talk to Ed, who's just right down the block from her, and find out if it's something she wants to do, and, you know, if he thinks she's an appropriate person. And she's young, you know, she's gonna be in town, she's got a business, and, you know, hopefully, you know, we can get people like that are interested in pushing the town forward, so.
Thank you. Commissioner Leone?
I have talked till I'm blue in the face. I did find one. I'm really careful about who I ask, or who I think would be good. That's about it.
Thank
Have
you.
I asked anybody lately? No, not lately.
Commissioner Bagley?
I made a suggestion at the end of last meeting, I believe, and yet at the same time, I would be picky as well, just because there's a good nucleus of people now that are here, and that blend. So to answer your question, no, I have not, and I haven't really seen somebody that stuck out like you were saying that would fill that chair, you know, and I just felt like, you know, there's a special blend of people. When Jeff came in, it was a good thing, and I like that, but I haven't found anybody yet.
Well, and it's good that we keep talking to folks. I think I'm the one that introduced you to TURA or talked to you about it, about applying for this, and then you applied and here you are.
Yeah.
So, just having communication with folks out to mention it to them that hey, we have an opening, and just a reminder, Chairman Greg always tells me is we can only have 2 outside of the city residents, and I think you're outside of the city, and I'm too, so it has to be the next inside the city limits. So, so that way we can make sure we don't invite somebody and they just get nixed before they even get started.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, and then items for future discussion work sessions. We'll start this side here, Commissioner Bailey.
Just that I would like to just follow up each meeting with, updates for, that's the only thing I have.
Updates for the Hughes. Michelle Leone.
I'd like to see us reach out to people when they start a new business or they come to town somehow. I mean, I don't know if it would be saying, Trinidad Urban Renewal welcomes you. I just think we should reach out to people that are coming here and starting businesses and making things look good. Our biggest thing is about blight. So I just thought it would be if we could figure out something we could do. I don't care if it's a printed paper saying TURA welcomes you, to Trinidad.
So we need to probably deal with the
I
city.
know
to
the
see-
chamber does a lot of that now, but that we could go put something in with the chamber or
Without a doubt, and that's open that's open to this board, quite frankly. If this board wants to have a page of information on the chamber's website, we could do that tomorrow. If we want to actually start using the chamber's emails and those kind of things to get information, we can start that tomorrow. Okay, so that decision can be made really quickly here. And I think it's an opportunity for the chamber to work with an organization like TURA. So we're reaching out to the county too, and we've got great friends there, so yeah,
So business outreach.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll put that
I
on.
think that's a good.
Yeah.
I was just reading today that I was really surprised that C&S Wholesale Groceries is buying like Safeway and everybody. Have you heard that?
Which one?
It's called C&S Wholesale Grocers. It's supposed to take place on January 16th.
Piggly Wiggly. So the Attorney General blocked the merger, I think, of Kroger and Albertsons or something. So I quit following it about 3 months ago. I got tired of it. So I don't know where that's at, but that could be why, maybe. But I heard it was a Piggly Wiggly corporation, so. But outreach to them, I don't know if we do that as well for their facade and changing their style. I don't know how we do that, but anyway, we'll put that on for future discussions for business outreach, and Mr. Chairman will do that, and then Brittany. Commissioner Haig?
Nothing right now.
I'm gonna stir the pot. And the county commissioners are going to have a discussion, upcoming executive session on Cooper Canyon. So we'll add that just for an update of what the commissioners come out of executive session and want to move forward with, see what they come up with now that a new council's been seated. So it's not gonna be probably that in-depth at this point, but start the ball rolling.
Keep it alive, right.
Keep it alive, see what's happening. And I'll tell you why, I drove out there just the other day. There's a beautiful house for sale right on the corner of that Corundum, or whatever that street is, right on the corner. It's like, oh, what a beautiful house. Was it 400,000 or 500,000? I don't know. And I went down the loop, and there's a cul-de-sac, and I drove back out, and I said, why would I buy it with that view right there? That was a hotel view.
Yeah.
So, for those homeowners, we owe it to them, to the county level and the city level, to hopefully open this discussion and then bring in the toolbox that TURA has, possibly to aid in that. So I'm gonna open that Pandora's box again. So
100%.
And that's all I got for that.
We're
So,
with you.
My suggestion for, or at least desire for items, I really
I'm
would like.
sorry.
No, that's okay. I really would like to have a discussion with regards to a part-time executive director. Okay, I really think if we found the right person for that, that it would certainly take a lot of load off of our chair, and we could actually move a lot faster on some of the things. And I think we've budgeted for a part-time position, so we don't need a full-time position. And I just would like us to start stirring that pot. Let's get another pot on the oven, on the stove for that, and just see how we can maybe move that forward.
Well, if we look at our budget, there's some money in there now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we,
So, which will be
and so we're set for
tonight.
this.
So, okay, so we have community outreach, updates for Hughes Building, Cooper Canyon, and executive director part-time for future discussions. Good. Anything else? Okay, that's the end of our work session. It is now, my glasses on, 5:54. We'll call the board meeting of the Trinidad Urban Renewal Authority to order at this time. Brittany, roll call, please. Can't hear you. No, now we can. There you are.
Here?
Here?
Howard,
Here?
Young,
Here?
Lopez,
Here.
Gregor.
And Chairman Grego is unable to attend with us this evening. He has asked me to chair the meeting. He is, has an ill family member, so let's please keep him and his family in our prayers and thoughts. Item number 2, approval of minutes, December 2023. We've all been presented the minutes and had an opportunity to hopefully to read. Any discussions at this time?
No, motion to approve.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Matt Howlett and a second by Commissioner Leone. There are no other comments or questions. Roll call, please.
Bagley,
Yes.
Hess,
Yes?
Howard,
Yes.
Leone,
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes. Consideration of bills. I didn't see any bills in the packet. Let me double check. And make sure it's not in the printed packet, but no, there is no bills, so we don't have to move forward with that at this time. Petitions, communications, oral or written. Is there anyone willing or wanting to address the Urban Renewal Board? We only have one young person in our audience tonight.
Did you skip the financial?
Yes.
Oh, did I?
Because I have a question.
I don't have financials on mine.
Yeah.
Number 3?
Number 3.
Oh, right. Back up, I apologize. Item number 3, acceptance of financials report.
I have a question before we accept it that I would like answered, and I don't know if we can get an answer tonight. But on the ending cash balance for the project account, there's $2,468 on that at the bottom. Is that? I would like to know what that is.
When we moved past that and it wasn't brought up, I thought that we were doing that because the chair wasn't here and he usually is the one that actually knows those answers to those things. I thought maybe.
No, I just circled
Chair.
it and I thought I already went over it.
I thought maybe what you were doing is saying, do we table that for when you can come here to answer those questions? Because quite frankly, without some of those things, I don't always feel comfortable just saying yes to something that without.
Well, we don't have to
Knowing
vote
what-
on the expenses without understanding completely. We can table this.
I would like to
I
make a
would.
motion to table.
But I've been meaning to ask this for the last couple of times.
When Ed's back, you know he'll have the answer.
And I said, I just keep forgetting.
Okay, we have a motion to table. You have a
I'll
second?
it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. So we're tabling
We're-
until
we're
the
tab-
very next meeting
We're
on
tabling,
accepting the
we're tabling the financial report.
Okay.
Item number 3. Go ahead, Brittany.
Bagley,
Yes.
Heck,
Yes,
Howlett,
Yes.
Leoni,
Yes,
Lopez.
Yes. And item 4, consider bills, we have no actions on there. Now item 5, and I apologize. I have chicken scratch, I have hard to read my own writing. Item 5, petitions or communications, oral or written. If we have anybody in the audience with us tonight, other than the one young person with us, or anybody on go-to meetings who would like to have communications with the Urban Renewal Board at this time. Not hearing any, I'll ask again. Is anyone willing to wanting to address the Trinidad Urban Renewal Authority at this time, please do so. Hearing none, we move on to old business, item number 6, which is none of record. On to item number 7, new business, where there is none on record, or none for discussion. Report by executive director, we don't have one, so we'll move on to reports by commissioners, and we'll start with Commissioner Howlett.
I have nothing to report right now, except that I'm looking forward to a great 2024. I think we're gonna do some great work, that's all.
Okay,
I have nothing right now.
Commissioner Leone?
amen to 24.
And I'll amen that amen.
And I have a couple. As a Front Range Passenger Rail board member, my term is up now in February, and will be reapplying to the Council of Governments for a 4-year term at our next board meeting now in the 24th. And if any other past or present Council of Government board members are willing to apply, they can do so by reaching out to our board chairman, Aaron Williamson, at this time. And then also, my term is up here with the Trinidad Renewal Authority, and I've received, or I'll be receiving the renewal packet shortly. Audra Garrett informed me that yesterday, and
Say yes.
I'm going to reapply for another term for urban renewal. So we got some good things going here, and I want to move forward. So, okay. Other than that, anything else for discussion?
I have one other question. You mentioned something about the Maverick. I didn't know
Oh.
if that's a place for.
Yeah, I can do my report. Yeah, you bet, Commissioner report. So the Maverick gas station is applying for city utilities, I believe, and I think they went through the county, and they'll have to go through commissioners next.
Right.
The issue that was brought up is annexation for me as a county commissioner, and how that works for. So if I was a city council member or a city building and department or all that, I would like them to also be annexed. And so, but you can't force them to do this, so they have to request that, the property owner.
What's
Yeah,
that mean?
annexation.
Annexing what?
Into the city limits, because it's in the county,
Oh, okay.
where the Maverick gas station about exit 18 is gonna be located.
It's over by the,
The old Kelly's Towing.
the rest stop up there. Elmore.
So the question that comes into,
stop.
Yeah.
the question that comes up to county commissioners, or the thought process is it gonna, if it gets annexed, so that's the process has to happen. The process though, and I need to get with Chairman Grego, I just learned of this today, is what's the process for urban renewal if they request to be part of their, the development into urban renewal? If they're gonna do that, if they want to.
Do we extend to exit 18?
Not yet, but the way our city, and this is where the dilemma that you might have, is the map that we have now is the entire city limits. Does that automatically change the urban renewal map when it gets annexation or not? And under the statute, if I read it correctly, and I'm not a lawyer, but I probably need some legal counsel, is when you do any type of annexation and you're including in the property for the TIF or urban renewals, you need to, just like when they did it first time back in 2015, is go before all the taxing districts for approval, because they're gonna lose out on tax dollars. So I don't know what's the next steps and how we move forward to that to protect urban renewal, or the developer even wants to be involved in that or not, I don't know. But it raised a flag for me this morning when I heard about the project moving forward, and what's the process for annexation if they do that? If they do that, does urban renewal play a role in it? And if they do, what is our role? And do we need to go back to the entities and ask them for approval of this as well? The school district, fire districts, water districts, all the entities like we did in 2015.
What is gonna be built on the frontier lot?
Circle K gas station.
Circle K, okay.
Circle K, and these two, and I'll go on a tangent here. Those two entities are very, very driven for beverage products and food and beverage, including alcohol. So we're gonna have not one, but possibly two more outlets, which in my industry is down in numbers because of the grocery stores having commercials. So now, I mean, Family Dollar has beer. So, I mean, all of those things play into effect. So is it good for the community? Yeah, it's great. Have a new gas station, remodeled, nice, nice place, but it can have negative impacts for other businesses in the community. So, in that location for the Circle K would probably impact the Romero family very tremendously. So, with progress comes headaches.
I'm never in favor of having liquor sold at those places.
And city council, that's in their control and their purview. So, I mean, it's not up to us, but they can control that. So, anyway, that's what's up with the exit 18 and what is urban renewals, and I'll get with Ed and see if we we might not even have a concern on it. But those taxing entities should have a voice at the table to say, hey, I'm gonna lose out on my little bit of, it's just ag land now or commercially zoned land. And if they get involved in the TIF and if they apply to be part of that process, then how much are they out?
Right.
So do we have a role to play to protect those other taxing
Just
districts?
to your point, now, how we're organized right now is pre that, okay? But to your point, we need some legal advice, because if you open that up, now we've opened up our urban renewal area. And if you do that, do we now have to go into the law that went into effect 2016, which actually opened up and gave all those entities a seat at the table, which I'm for. I'm for those entities having a seat at the table.
And that map could shrink as well.
Exactly, which may very well be the strategy we look at, and have multiple URAs, urban renewal areas, rather than just this one. So we can apply certain kinds of financial tools to specific areas that better suit that rather than the bigger picture. But what I do appreciate is I would love to have our county assessor fill this empty seat, because if you have a county assessor on
She
your
lives in the
TURA,
county.
what's that?
She lives in the county.
Yeah, if you have a county assessor and an urban renewal, you see those urban renewals get a lot of
But
things.
don't mean one of her staff members that
Yes,
could, understand.
I
go
think.
get them.
So I think that helps us, because we have a good relationship with the county through Commissioner Lopez. And there's a lot of big work we need to be doing out there, and a lot of stakeholders that we need to call out to and bring to the table. And I think with the new city manager, I think we have a great opportunity with the city now. And so I think having those legal questions asked and answered.
So Mr. Dorenkamp will be moving forward, and he was on a work session with DCI yesterday, and asking a lot of these questions on the county's behalf and see we move forward. So we'll see what happens.
I have one more question, and I don't know if anyone can answer it, but Chairman Grego had said last time that Senator Marchman, is that how you say it, Marchman? Introduced legislation in the next session regarding urban renewal. Have we heard anything about that?
I haven't yet. They just started yesterday,
Okay,
so I haven't seen it, but, and I think that was the same thing that was going on up north in a county, Larimer County, that they were trying to do a URA outside the city limits, which is under the statute, but they can't, so they have to change the statute, so I haven't heard yet. Tony and Felix are all over that, especially Felix is our liaison for the, that.
thank
Okay,
Thank you.
nothing else? We'll call this meeting adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Awesome.
Good work, all. Happy New Year. Lion, what did you think about meeting?
It's okay to say boring.